I am your beloved Sophia, and today I'm going to explain a movie that will make you feel fear after watching and listening to it. So, I'll start without any nonsense. In this story, we are shown that due to the spread of a poisonous virus, all humans in the world have turned into zombies. But these are not ordinary zombies. They are so fast that they can catch a running airplane. Some are so clever that they can think beyond humans, and some zombies can track their targets from several kilometers away with their strong sense of smell. But in this world, surrounded by danger, only 2 humans are left alive. Will these 2 be able to survive or not? Let's find out in today's video. The story begins with us seeing a boy sitting in his room watching cartoons on TV. Suddenly, the TV signal goes out, and an emergency report appears on the screen. This news steals the boy's smile. The TV reports that a very poisonous virus has spread worldwide, turning infected people into terrifying zombie-like creatures within minutes. This virus spreads very quickly, and the entire world has fallen victim to it. The TV announces that anyone hearing this news should quickly find a safe place for themselves. The boy is watching all this when suddenly strange noises come from the room upstairs. The sound chokes the boy's breath. The boy slowly goes upstairs and finds out it was just a joke by his older sister. After this, both children go towards their mother's room and see that their mother is very worried. She calls her husband to tell him about the situation. Her husband, who is a pilot, tells his children and wife that the virus is spreading rapidly everywhere. So don't wait for me at home and somehow quickly get out of this city. He tells his children not to worry. Nothing will happen to you. Your mother will take you to a safe place. He shows his children the lucky bracelet on his wrist, which his daughter Abigail made. Abigail gets very happy seeing this. On the other side, their mother is quickly gathering supplies. Just then, they hear shouts from outside. So she quickly takes both her children and rushes out of the house. Just as they are about to get into the car, a zombie suddenly attacks the children's mother. Out of fear, Abigail quickly hides under the car and watches her younger brother and mother die at the hands of the zombie right before her eyes. The zombie doesn't see the little girl and leaves the place. The little girl is trembling with fear when she sees that her mother has also become a zombie. The girl's mother sees her daughter and starts moving towards her. Before she could kill her daughter, an uncle, like an angel, arrives just in time, kills Abigail's mother, and saves Abigail. A little later, they see that Abigail's younger brother is also converting into a zombie. So the man asks the girl to cover her ears and shoots her zombie-turned younger brother too. Now the scene skips 10 years later, and we see that human civilization has been completely ruined by the zombie virus. The cities that once shone with light are now deserted, and all humans have either died or are wandering around as zombies. Only 2 people are left alive. The little girl Abigail, whom the uncle saved, is now grown up. Since that day, Abigail has been raised under the care of Uncle Jack, and Jack has trained her to fight zombies. If Jack hadn't come into her life that day, Abigail would have been dead by now. Therefore, Abigail considers Jack her father. After living alone in the jungle for so many years, Abigail feels very lonely. Her greatest wish is to find a human settlement where she can live with other people. But Jack doesn't like being around people at all. One night, when they were camping in the jungle, Jack woke up upon hearing a sound. He slowly steps out of his camp when suddenly a zombie attacks Jack. But Jack continuously fires shots, killing it, and Abigail also reaches the spot. Having hunted zombies in the jungle for the last 10 years, they had enough experience to know that zombies gather together in hordes. They understand that there must be more zombies nearby. So, they quickly prepare to leave and ride away on their horses. On the way, their horses start neighing. Jack understands that danger is near. They look around and see a jeep surrounded by zombies in the distance, where a normal person was trying to save himself from the zombies. Since there were very few humans left in the world anyway, these two had to save that man from the zombies at any cost. Jack also wanted to test Abigail's aim. So, he tells Abigail that she will save this man to see if she is fully trained or not. Jack tells her to calmly take aim at the target and then shoot him. But Abigail shoots hastily, and the bullet hits the survivor along with the zombie. Seeing this, Jack gets very angry at Abigail. After this, they both go to the man. They see that this man cannot survive. So, Jack kills him himself, so that if the zombie bit him, he doesn't come back alive and become a threat to them. Afterward, they both start taking all the necessary things from the dead man's car. Jack takes the dead man's boots, and just as he puts on those boots, the dead man's other companions arrive, and many armed people surround them. When one person sees the dead man's boots on Jack's feet, they suspect that Jack and Abigail killed their companion to loot the supplies. Just as these people are about to kill the two of them, a pregnant lady gets out of the car and asks her companions to leave them alone. Suddenly, the black horse warns them again, and the next moment, loud noises start coming from the distant jungle. Many zombies begin to advance towards them from all sides like a storm. They come at such a high speed that they don't get a chance to run away. So they take out their weapons and fight right there. Everyone had weapons, but the number of zombies was quite high, so the zombies bite many people in the group, one by one. The survivors have no place to hide, and soon, very few people are left. One strong man, unfortunately, falls victim to a zombie bite, so he wants to shoot himself, but his gun runs out of bullets. Now they know they won't be able to fight them, so Abigail helps the pregnant lady into the car. The pregnant lady's husband is also in the car, and Jack starts the car and quickly drives away from there. Only these 4 people were left in the entire group. Everyone else had fallen victim to the zombies. A black-faced zombie gets very angry seeing his companions dead. Meanwhile, these 4 are driving away from the zombies. On the way, Jack asks the lady sitting in the back who she is and what they were doing there. Upon asking, it is revealed that these survivors wanted to go to a place called Shiptown, where humans live safely. There are all the necessary facilities there, and they all wanted to go there and live a normal life. Abigail is very happy to hear this, because this is the place she always wanted to go to. Jack says that there is no such colony here. I have been wandering here and there for the last 10 years. I haven't seen any such colony. Suddenly, their car breaks down in the middle of the road. During this, the pregnant lady's husband, whose name is David, gets out. He tells them he is a mechanic and can fix it. But because of the lack of tools, the car can't be fixed. So, they leave the car there and start traveling on foot. After traveling several kilometers, they reach a deserted society. The tall buildings are still standing here, but the silence of death hangs everywhere. They first thoroughly check the place. When they feel no danger, they decide to spend the night here. At night, they light a fire and cook food. Abigail was very eager to go to Shiptown. She starts talking to the pregnant woman about that place. The pregnant woman tells her that they have already made contact with the people living in Shiptown via radio. It is a very beautiful place where they can live freely. Hearing this, Abigail's eyes light up. On the other side, Jack sets traps all around outside so that if they fall asleep, they will immediately know if danger is near. Jack comes inside, takes out a map, and explains to everyone that he will take Megan and David some distance and then both will go their separate ways. But Abigail was not happy with Jack's decision. She goes to Jack and argues that David won't be able to safely take his pregnant wife to that place, so they should go with them. Jack says they should be sensible. Look, where there are more people, there is more danger. but Abigail leaves, upset with Jack's decision. However, neither of them knows that the black-faced zombie has reached there by smelling their car. The next morning, Abigail is sitting on the roof looking at her childhood photo, when suddenly she hears a rustling sound from the trees below. She understands that zombies have entered and runs down to warn everyone, when a zombie starts chasing her on the way. Abigail saves herself and starts climbing the stairs, pushing the chasing zombie down. But in the process, she loses her balance and she is about to fall too. But then Jack comes just in time and saves her. A little later, the black-faced zombie and his companions reach there because he finds out where their companion died. But they get caught in the trap laid earlier, and many zombies are killed. Jack hears the sound of the explosion and understands that the zombie horde has reached the place where they stayed last night, and the zombies are still chasing them. But the good thing was that they had left that place and moved ahead. Then Abigail remembers that there is a small airport a short distance away where her father used to work. Maybe there are some airplanes left there that they can use to easily reach Shiptown. But Jack says that if they go to the airport, it is an open area, and if zombies surround them there, they will have no way to save their lives, and it is unlikely that they will find an airplane there either. But upon Abigail's repeated insistence, he agrees to go there. After this, they arrive at the airport, but there was no airplane here. Jack says, "See, I told you there wouldn't be any airplane here." But when they reach a small garage there, as soon as they open the garage door, they luckily find a small airplane. Seeing this, they all become very happy because now their way to Shiptown has become easy. But this airplane hadn't been used for many days, so the mechanic David says it needs to be fixed. "Not much. I'll fix it within 10 to 15 minutes. While David fixes the airplane, Jack and Abigail start looking for useful things at the airport. Suddenly, David sees through binoculars that many zombies are coming from afar and will soon reach the airplane. They run over and warn Jack and Abigail that they need to start the airplane quickly or the zombies will reach here and kill them. Abigail quickly sits in the pilot's seat. She reads the books present there. Her father was a pilot, so she had learned a little about controlling an airplane from her father, and Jack tries to stop the zombies by shooting them. Abigail somehow manages to start the airplane, but it was too late by then. Many zombies reached the runway. Their speed was quite fast, and one of the zombies even reaches the airplane door. But Jack shoots him, saving the airplane from him. And Abigail gets the hang of the plane's controls. In this way, they manage to take off the plane. Everyone in the airplane is very happy because they will soon reach Shiptown directly. But this happiness was short-lived. As soon as they went a little further, smoke suddenly started coming out of the plane's engine because the plane had not traveled in the air for the last 10 years. Because of this, its engine explodes and the plane starts descending. Jack wisely crash lands the airplane into a tree, which causes them some injuries, but their lives are saved. The plane was no longer usable, so now they will have to travel on foot again. After walking for quite a distance, they reach a deserted railway station. Since it was night, they check for danger around. When they don't see any zombies, they decide to spend the night right here. They look at their location on the map. They find out that they are now only 2 days away from Shiptown. Here, the pregnant lady comes to Jack and thanks him. She tells Jack that if it weren't for him, they would never have reached this far. Hearing this, Jack also starts feeling sympathy for Megan. He tells her his story. 10 years ago, when this zombie virus started, he first had to kill his own wife because she was coming to bite him. That's why the human inside him has been dead ever since. Now, the only person he has in this world is Abigail, whom he will keep alive at any cost. And Jack also tells Megan that his intention has changed now. "I will take you to Shiptown first." Megan gets very happy hearing this. On the other side, we see that Megan's husband David is trying to kill himself by putting a gun to his head. Actually, a zombie bit him on his leg. But David had not become a zombie yet because the wound was very small. That's why his rate of becoming a zombie was quite slow. Now he decides that he will take his wife Megan to this ship town and then distance himself from her. The next morning, the four of them continue their journey again. Then, on the way, Jack finds David's behavior a bit strange. Jack understood that he was infected, so he takes him to an empty place where his wife and Abigail are not visible. He lifts David's pants and sees the zombie bite mark. Now Jack was confirmed that David would soon become a zombie. Jack asks him, "Tell me, would you prefer to die by yourself, or should I kill you?" David says, "I will not harm anyone, and if it comes to that, I will kill myself." So, he leaves David alone. They walk until night falls, and ahead they see a house. Jack approaches with his gun raised. Suddenly, a bright light shines, and they are told through a speaker to put their weapons down, or they will be riddled with bullets. Now they know that there is a human inside. Abigail steps forward and says that their intention for coming here is not to harm anyone at all. "We just need help." Then the owner of the house comes out. He says that they will be given plenty of food and a place to spend the night here, but on one condition. Everyone must leave their guns outside. When they leave their weapons outside, the man takes them inside the house. This man welcomes everyone inside and tells them that he is a scientist. "I live here alone. If I wanted to, I could have left here, but it is easy for me to do research in such places." Here, he gives them very good food, which leaves them all surprised because they hadn't eaten such food for a long time. They devour the food. After eating, the scientist also brings drinks for these people. Everyone was very happy because after so many days, everyone got a chance to sit and talk comfortably. But while listening to the scientists talk, they feel something strange. The scientist says, "Look, this virus that has spread is a very bad thing. But on the other hand, humans have also been upgraded by it." He says that weak people will die, and the strong will survive by becoming zombies. He says that zombies live only for food, not for progress. Therefore, zombies should rule the world. Hearing this, all four of them start feeling very strange. Just then, David feels his health worsening, and he goes to the bathroom. Going into the bathroom, he sees in the mirror that the virus has completely spread throughout his body. When David returns to the hall, he sees that Jack and the others are lying unconscious. In fact, the scientist had mixed a sedative in the alcohol. Seeing this, David starts attacking the scientist, but the scientist presses a button on a device he is holding in his hand. David suddenly feels very weak and falls to the ground. The scientist says that he created this device after years of hard work, with which he can go anywhere in the world, and with the help of this device, zombies can't harm him at all. The scientist had created a device with which he could control the zombies. That is, now he will become the king of the whole world and make everyone dance to his tune. After that, David becomes unconscious. And when David regains consciousness, he sees that he and his companions have been tied up. And now, the scientist is going to experiment on the four of them. After doing all this, the scientist asks, "Would you like to meet my wife?" After that, we see the scientist's wife, who was a zombie, and the scientist had locked her in a cage and fed her the humans he caught. The scientist also created this device by experimenting on his wife. When the scientist opens the cage door, his wife immediately attacks him first. But the scientist controls her and sends her toward the four of them. She attacks Jack, but he kicks her, pushing her back. But then David breaks the rope with the strength of the virus and also frees his other companions. The owner of the house senses danger and immediately runs away. After that, the four of them also quickly come out with their belongings. Luckily, they find the scientist's car outside, and these four get into it and drive toward the jungle. But the scientist was not one to give up. He controls the horde of zombies through his device and makes them chase after them. Jack increases the speed of the car, leaving the zombies far behind. But the road ahead was closed. Now they have no choice but to walk. After walking a little further, the zombies reach them again. David knows that he doesn't have much time. He will become a zombie shortly, so he asks the others to go ahead and decides to stay behind and stop the zombies himself. But his wife did not want to let him go. David says, "You have to stay alive for our child, and I am doing all this for my unborn child." After that, David starts fighting the zombies and bravely confronts them. He stops the zombies for a long time, and his companions get far away from the zombies. But then a zombie comes and kills David. Jack carries Megan in his arms and moves forward, and finally, they reach the place where the human settlement was located. Abigail starts screaming for help because there were many zombies behind them. Two guards sitting on the tower see them and start shooting the zombies with snipers to cover them. Soon, a boat is also sent for them, and the three of them get into the boat and reach inside Shiptown. The black-faced zombie stops his companions from advancing because there is a water route ahead and they cannot cross it. On the other side, Megan was about to go into labor and needed immediate medical attention. The good thing is that medical and hospital facilities were also available here. The next morning, we see that this place has been created by connecting several large ships together into a town surrounded by water. Jack tells Abigail that they should leave here now, but Abigail has decided to stay here. She is having a lot of fun living among people. There is a lot of argument between the two over this. Then a doctor comes and informs them that Megan has given birth to a daughter, but due to excessive blood loss, she might not live for long. Hearing this, Jack becomes sad. He quickly goes to the hospital room. Megan is very weak, and she wants to entrust her daughter to Jack, and she wants her to grow up like Abigail. Jack is reminded of his dead wife and agrees to keep Megan's daughter. Meanwhile, Abigail is enjoying herself with a handsome boy. She had never thought that so many people could sit together, drink, and dance to beautiful music. So her intention to stay here becomes even stronger. A little later, Abigail secretly sees the handsome boy going into a cabin. Seeing him, she also goes inside. Upon reaching there, she sees that this cabin is completely filled with wires and bombs. A wireless switch is also hanging there. As soon as she touches the switch, the boy runs over and tells her that they have placed bombs beneath Shiptown. If this place is ever in danger, people will escape through that route, and they will blow up this place from outside. But neither of them had any idea that this day would come so soon. The crazy scientist also reaches there in anger. He sees that these people have killed many zombies with whose help he wanted to rule the world. He controls the black-faced zombie king through his control device. With the scientist's help, the water beneath Shiptown could no longer save them. Many zombies reach the ships from underwater and suddenly attack the people. Many people are killed among them. Chaos spreads among the people. On the other side, Jack also finds out that the zombies have attacked. Jack starts worrying about Abigail and goes looking for her. He fights his way through the zombies and finally finds Abigail. On the other side, the crazy scientist also reaches the ship and punches Abigail, knocking her down. Seeing this, Jack gets angry and runs towards the scientist, when a zombie suddenly comes in between, pushes him, and throws him into a tank. And the scientist also reaches there and wants revenge on Jack. He kicks Jack, knocking him down. But Jack knew that fighting the scientist was pointless, so he attacks the scientist and hits the device in his hand against the wall, breaking it. Now the scientist no longer had the power to control the zombies. After this, the old scientist soon becomes a victim of the zombies. The good thing was that there was already an escape route built in this camp. Many survivors reach the other side of the river through the tunnel route. When they are about to activate the bomb, the handsome boy doesn't press the button because Abigail is still on the ship. Now Jack and Abigail start running outside, but the zombie king grabs Abigail from behind. Then Jack quickly hits the zombie with a piece of wood on his head, making him fall back. Suddenly, Abigail's eyes accidentally fall on the bracelet tied on the hand of the zombie king. This was the same bracelet that she had made for her father with her own hands in her childhood. She understands that this zombie is her father. But now, he was no longer human, but had become a zombie. Here, Jack forcefully grabs her hand and tells her to run. The handsome boy sees them running and immediately presses the wireless remote button, and the entire ship town turns into ashes. However, their fight was not over yet. The camp's leader comes holding his neck because a zombie bit him in the fight. The black-faced zombie had attacked him before the virus spread. Surprisingly, the zombie king also survived the explosion. Jack immediately runs to fight the zombie king. But Jack was weaker than the zombie king. So, Abigail picks up a gun from the ground, and even knowing that the zombie king standing in front is her father, he was killing Jack, who raised her. Therefore, Abigail shoots the black-faced zombie king without thinking. Because if she hadn't shot him, that zombie king would have killed everyone present there. Afterward, Jack and Abigail hug. And now, Jack, Abigail, and the survivors look towards a deserted peak in the distant sea and decide to establish a new human settlement there. With this, the story ends. If you liked the video, please subscribe to our channel and like and comment on the video to tell me what else I can improve in my explanation to make it even better. I am your beloved Sophia. Love you! Take care, guys. I will meet you with a new explained movie.